So, Jeff, do we look past the Facebook sell-off, which continues today?
I think you can look past it to the extent that earnings growth continues to move higher. There's a battle between technicals and fundamentals right now. Technicals maybe don't look really good, particularly in Europe, where you've got the 50-day moving down through the 200-day moving average, that so-called death cross. Yet that's meeting up with earnings revisions that continue to move higher. I think ultimately that's going to win out, but certainly volatility is likely still in store in the near term.
Given that, do we take cover overseas, given their lower exposure to tech?
Perhaps. I mean, certainly the market has begun to turn around and take a look at these higher valuations and also the potential for regulatory risk for some of these high flyers. But that doesn't mean the entire tech sector should be avoided by fleeing overseas. For example, business-oriented technology, storage and software in those areas, less consumer-focused, are actually have not been the ones leading the market, but they may this year as business spending begins to come back. So that could be a clear theme within technology that's a little less U.S.-focused, but is a bit broader than just a few stocks that have been leading the market higher over the course of the last couple of years.
Jeffrey, do you see any wide-ranging, potential consequences from this FTC investigation or, any other regulatory matter that's on the books right now, whether it's Facebook or any other company? We did just have the president come out and say that, Americans should value their privacy.
We've seen a real turnaround in the outlook for regulation in the U.S. as it relates to smaller businesses. The National Federation of Independent Business in the U.S. has become pretty optimistic among their members, given the turnaround in regulation and how the Trump administration is focused on easing that for small businesses. That may not be true for some larger businesses, specifically in technology and a few other areas that have been targeted by the administration. So, while I think a year ago it seemed fairly clear that regulation would be on a downbeat, that may not be true. So yes, I would say we've got to keep a close eye on this. Certainly, this is another one of the signs of the Trump administration putting its impact here on the markets.